Hey everybody, welcome to SMG Viewers Comments episode 104. Let's get right to it.
Can you test the in-house stuff from Thomann, like their mics, cabs, and guitars? I'm broke, so I can just about afford like the T-Bone SC400 microphone that costs 60 euros.
Yes, I can. That's actually something on my to-do list. Either I'm going to do it later this summer or early this fall, is I do want to check out a bunch of the different cheaper mics from Thomann and put them through the paces, because that's the one question that comes up a lot of the time, and not just from you. How good are these things? And I've heard some good things about some of the T-Bone stuff, so yeah, I would love to get some in here and put it to the test. I think they're going to get some fearless gear reviews because they're affordable enough. You know, I can actually go out and buy these, get them shipped over here, and just give you guys an absolutely honest and brutal opinion. What you guys deserve.
Does a good live performance equals a good studio performance? Thanks.
The short answer, no. The long answer, fuck no. Here's why. Live, you might not hear certain things that you will hear in a studio. See, live, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of the instruments are going on at the same time. Everybody's playing at the same time. Studio, you tend to record things one at a time, and you're going to hear things under a microscope. And under a microscope, you're going to hear certain things that you might not normally hear, like, out-of-tune strings buzzing away or non-muted strings buzzing away because your bass player never had a fucking decent amplifier to play with. So nobody ever heard how shitty he sounded until you had him soloed up. So yeah, there's that sort of thing. Your singer's going to find out just how bad he is when he gets in front of that microphone without a net and no band playing, and the rest of you guys are sitting there in the control room laughing at him. So yeah, there's that to look forward to. My suggestion, grab a Scarlett 2i2 or 2i4 and practice at home before you get into the studio. Big help.
Hey Glenn, love the channel. I was just wondering something about the channel and these challenges. They seem to be very reliant upon the quality of the video. While this is highly entertaining, I was wondering if we'd consider doing a challenge without the video, purely reliant upon the musical and mixing skill.
You know what, man? Here's the thing. The music and mixing skill just isn't enough these days. The music business has moved onto YouTube. The whole traditional, release an album, put it on the radio, tour, that kind of thing. It might work if you've got a lot of label backing, but the smaller artists have YouTube, and they have access to a worldwide audience, and what gains that worldwide audience is interesting content. And how to do that is through a visual medium. So that's why I do that. Besides, if I did a contest with just that kind of prerequisite, I'd have no time to do anything else but that contest, because I would have so many entries. And, I want to do tutorials, and I really miss doing that. And even with the amount of entries I've had for oldies but baddies as it is right now, I find myself doing all these React videos instead of doing tutorials, which I'd really like to do. They are coming, so please be patient. I want to do a lot of those this summer. Keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be some really cool shit coming out. But that's a very fair question, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen that way. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a fucking life at all.
Can you explain the proper way to leave a band? I left my last band because it was extremely toxic, and they all blame me for ruining everything, since they were so dependent on me, which is why I left, and had no regards for my feelings towards it, how it wasn't enjoyable or fun anymore.
This is the one time it doesn't hurt to be honest. It's all you gotta do is say what you just told us. This isn't fun anymore. I'm leaving. You guys are relying on me way too much. I'm leaving. That kind of shit. It's like, you guys can't get your shit together. You can't organize gigs. You can't organize practices. You want me to hold your dicks and everything, and then you bitch because I'm in charge of everything, because you're too fucking lazy to do it yourself. Believe me, I'm paraphrasing here, but I've got a sneaky suspicion this is exactly what's going on, because I've seen it happen so many times. One guy takes charge in the band, the rest of the guys walk around like a bunch of dumbasses, and then they do nothing but bitch and complain, and then when the lead guy leaves, the band disintegrates. Oh yeah, right. Well, they were called Cringe Clearwater Revival, right?
What do you think of Click? Should a metal band track to one or capture more of a live feel in the studio?
Depends on the band, depends on the music. If you're Meshuggah, Click Track's probably a good idea, because that's so fucking rhythmic and everything's just so hyper precise. I saw them last night, so their sound is very much, in my mindset at the moment. And tangent on that, it's like I see a lot of bands kind of doing that kind of sound, and I'm like, I don't think anybody's out Meshuggah. Those guys are just fucking masters of what they do. But a lot of metal needs a metronome. That being said, I've listened to a lot of classic tracks, and we got a couple covers on the way. And I'm noticing, a shifting tempo. So if you're not so extreme, you know what? Maybe going off metronome might be a good thing. Maybe just, playing together might be a really cool way of doing it. I mean, like, especially if you're like doing stoner or doom metal, last thing you want is a click on tick, 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 just like killing the vibe, Sometimes musicians playing together is exactly what you want to hear. So, like I said, the answer is depends, and it depends on how fucking tight you are as a band. Make sure you guys can play the songs well together before deciding to turn that click off. But if you have complex songs with lots of shifting tempo changes and that sort of thing, absolutely have a metronome. Absolutely. With no exception.
Hey Glenn, I'm new to recording and recently bought the Scarlett 18920 as you recommended, and I think I'm doing something wrong. I had my drum set with all the microphones done, plug everything into the 18920. I can hear all the channels from the headphones, but my DAW only shows the first 2 channels. I am using Reaper, and I know you are using it too, or at least you made the video of the Scarlett 18920. What additional settings do I have to make? I have downloaded all the software and drivers. Cheers from Bulgaria.
Cheers from Canada, man. That's a bit of a rookie mistake. I'm going to be doing something a little bit in the future about rookie mistakes, but what you need to do is go into your settings in your ASIO drivers, and you need to set Reaper to recognize all of the channels, because it's not going to do it automatically. Just go to your settings, ASIO, and then, your first channel would be channel 1, and your last channel would be channel 8. You do that for your inputs and your outputs, and you're good to go. Best of luck, man. Hope it works out well.
Yo-ho, Glenn! What's your opinion on the Washington Post Death of Electric Guitar article?
Definitely written by people who aren't musicians and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're talking about, Gibson and Fender having issues and whatnot. Well, the problem with Gibson is they're not building quality instruments like they used to. The Gibson of past is definitely gone, and they have reaped what they've sown, in my opinion. So if their sales are down, I don't know, maybe start building better fucking guitars. That might help. There's a lot of smaller shops out on the floor these days. A lot of Chinese imports. You got your Legators and Harley Bentons and that sort of thing. So people are spending money there because they're much better options. I don't know if there's an overall downtrend in people playing electric guitar or not. I don't have that data in front of me, but from what I've seen at NAMM, it just gets fucking crazier every year after year. It's just more and more and more people. It doesn't look like the party's over anytime soon, in my opinion.
Hey Glenn, why do you hate everything? By the way, what do you use to take care of your hair?
Generally, whatever's handy, it's all pretty much the same stuff anyway, no matter what the advertising tells you. Anything that's going to, work differently than off-the-shelf stuff, you're going to need a prescription for. That's one truth the cosmetic industry will never tell you. I think the music industry is full of shit. Holy fuck, cosmetics. Anyway, unfortunately, I don't think any cosmetic companies are going to be lining up anytime soon to get me to do a hair care commercial or an integration or that kind of thing. I've already contacted Paul Mitchell, but they weren't interested. Oh well. Leave a comment below if you guys want to see me do a Paul Mitchell ad. I think that'd be hilarious. Who's a fucking, get me a like Kate Upton or something like that. We can compare hair tips. But why do I hate everything? I don't hate everything. I just hate fucking laziness and shitty performances and relying on computers to make our music instead of people. That's what I fucking hate. Other than that, I'm actually a pretty jovial dude. I love life. I love living life. I love going out and meeting all these fucking amazing people. Fuck you, TJ.
How do I get my comment on the viewer's comments so that you call me a dumb cunt?
Wraith, you're a dumb cunt. Hope that made your day. Take care.
Glenn, how would you suggest you get your band to learn songs and cooperate before and during rehearsal? Our band was at rehearsal the other day and ended up only being able to play one song in full as nobody learned the songs and members kept walking off. Much love from England. Keep up the work.
Well, it sure sounds like you guys are ready to conquer the world. They're walking off to do what? They've got something better to do. You're at fucking band practice. I don't know. Fucking practice. I remember we had kind of a situation there a couple years ago. Me and TJ were working on a music video shoot, and we get done a take, and the guitar player would scurry off, and we'd be set for another take, and we got to wait for the guitar player to get back. Like, we're on a fucking music video shoot, making a music video for his fucking band. What the fuck could he have possibly had that was better to do that day than work on his fucking video for his band? I don't fucking get that. If you're showing up for practice, you're there to fucking work. If everybody's sitting around and bitching and whatnot, it's time to fucking lay down the hammer, man, and say, look, you guys want to do this or not, okay? So you're just going to fucking waste everyone's time and not get anything done, and you're not going to practice on your own, then get the fuck out and go find some better bandmates. You want to play music with people who actually want to do something with their lives.
Unironically promoting a book that espouses the idea that women are objects of sexual conquest rather than people. Sick worldview, bro. Unsubscribe.
Well, actually, the unironic thing, see the other video I did where I laid out the definition of sarcasm. Apparently that could be lost on a few of you guys. Oh, and here's the thing. If what was that again? Let me get this right. That women are objects of sexual conquest rather than people. Well, here's the thing about that, okay? That's a book, espousing a certain ideology, not necessarily one that I agree with at all, okay? But here's something you're going to learn. Wait till you get a little bit older and you either see your friends go through it or you go through it, and that's divorce court. Okay, because in the eyes of the law, you are an object. You are an object. You are a wage slave and a sperm donor. Because if you have kids, you might not be able to see them again if you go through a divorce, and you are going to lose mostly everything you work for. So yeah, you want to talk about the philosophy of treating people like objects, start with the way all men are treated in family court. TJ and myself, we've seen a few of our friends go through this, so we're speaking from experience. I fortunately have a magnificent wife who hopefully isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
I'm in London right now with my female cousins, and when they saw that first text, there's nothing more attractive than a British accent, they bitch slapped me and said, "You're so gross!" Thanks, Glenn. That's the most attention I've gotten from a girl in weeks.
Apparently not old enough for lap dances yet. Here's a trick, though. Don't get your cousins to do that with you. Have a nice day!
Death and black metal are one-dimensional? Wow, lol. Go educate yourself, Glenn. Some of the best musicianship and progressive songwriting is coming from those genres. If you don't like it, that's fine. Hell, I can't stand the vast majority of it simply because of the vocals production. But it would be nice to see some objectivity from you once in a while. Your musical critiques are far too subjective to take seriously, and then you claim to have been partially responsible for sending black metal in a whole new direction. This channel is becoming laughable because it's sad because it used to be amazing.
Well, hey, Jared, thanks for writing in, man. This reply is completely unironic or sarcastic. Here's the honest truth about that. Just want to set the record straight on a couple things. I'm sorry if this came across a little bit differently in that video. I was the guy pressing record and setting up the mics on those first couple Woods of Ypres discs. Dave and I made an agreement very early on. He was responsible for the music. I was responsible for getting that music onto a recorded format. That's it. The musical ideas were Dave's and the rest of the band. So I give them full credit. I had nothing to do with where they took black metal. I was just lucky enough to have a front row seat. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. I don't like a lot of black metal either. I'm just saying I really enjoyed the songwriting on the first couple Woods of Ypres records because they branched out from what traditional black metal could be, and I thought that was really fucking cool. Little did I know the first one especially was going to be this groundbreaking fucking record that was going to be, listed on all these, top lists and shit. Dude, we just tracked that in my basement in the summer of 2002. It was like 4 dudes in a room, so there you go. Like I said, I was just very fortunate to be part of it. As for the other thing about objectivity versus subjectivity, that's the thing about music, man. It's kind of hard to be objective. You either like stuff or you don't. It's all based on feeling. It's not really mathematics where you can be objective about things. That's what makes music interesting, because we don't all agree with what's good and what's bad. And that's what makes music great, is because we can find our own little thing about music that we like.
Could you use these mics for live sound?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I'd recommend them because the Samson kit is not that expensive. For those of you guys asking, we demoed the Samson drum mic pack there a few months ago, and we got some pretty good results of them. But I would absolutely recommend them for live sound, especially if you're playing like a shitty, grimy dungeon basement bar like we've had here in Windsor for the last I don't know how long. Because if somebody walks off with one of your mics, it's not going to hurt that bad because it's really not that expensive. All right, that's it for this episode of SMG Viewers Comments. Make sure to check out my SMG shop, grab a shirt, help support the show. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this episode. If you like the content, please support the channel either at my SMG shop or through my Patreon. If you want to see more, hit one of the playlists. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.